Good day. Welcome to Yoga with Bliss. This happens to be Yoga with Bliss after knee replacement. This is my 2-month anniversary. I'll be doing some things standing that you might choose to do in a table on your hands and knees, a few months away from kneeling on my new knee. Righty. And we're a cappella. Quite frankly, since I've gotten back after surgery, I haven't figured out my sound system. So we have a wonderful, peaceful a cappella practice. All righty. I'm actually going to move a light away from my sitting spot to there it is, closer to my movement spot. Good. They tell me better lighting gives better picture. Now I have a little stool I have fallen in love with that I now use. Yes, it's a shower seat, like 12 or 14 bucks on Amazon, and adjusts to various heights. I may or may not use it, but I mention it so that anyone who needs a yoga seat, boy, it's kind of an easy one. You see how light it is and convenient to carry around. And I must remember to take off my cute little boots. Yes, in yoga, I work barefoot, but I know some of the people in practice today in the Zoom class work with either shoes on or a metatarsal pad on or an arch on. Please give your feet what you need. I'm standing on the floor of the studio. You might be standing on your mat. Make it right for you. As we always have, we warm up before we stretch and use the muscles. I'm standing in a wide mountain. Yeah, maybe I will go on my neck. Seas were cold. So here I am in my wide mountain, locked knees, shoulder rolls up, back and down. Check your pelvic tilt, sternum lift, chin tucked. Isn't that a lovely mountain? Let's just take the arms up as high as your arms go. And at your pace, don't follow my pace. Your lungs might be a different size than mine. Your inhale may go more deeply than mine. Go slower, go quicker. That was the upper body. Now, I'm going to show you the side view. For this next one, I'm pressing my arms back. You can't see it that much from the front view. As I do a little dip, I press my arms back. That and dip. And dip. There you go. It's a little dip. Lubricating my knees, warming up my quadriceps, the front of the thighs, breathing. How's your neck? I'm relaxing mine. Here's a dip. And to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Your posture looks beautiful. Here's a shoulder roll. Pull it up, pull it together. Breathe and be. So I'm going to begin our practice today with what has become my morning wake-up routine. I want you to picture, and I really so encourage you to find and build for yourself a morning wake-up routine. We are. Then my kitchen counter. I've got my teapot and my coffee pot and my dishes to do many things here at the kitchen counter. I can hold on to that area by the sink so I don't slip forward, I don't slip backward. Have a mountain in front of the sink for a moment. Feel your pelvic tilt. You don't really have to have a sink. You could be doing this whole thing you do need a sink. So find the back of a couch. You can use the wall. Find some place that you can lean on a little bit. Here's the idea. Think about the bottom of your feet and your calf muscles. We're going to do a little releve up on your heels. A releve, beautiful. Or a heel lift. Can you see my tiny little feet? Heel lift. There you go. Beautiful. Now this is engaging your arches. Diane, tiny little releve. Yes, I like that. A freestanding releve if you want to, with your arms involved. This is your calves and the bottom of your feet. They were used. Set yourself down, ground your heels. Let's stretch them now. I'm going to step back just a little for me because I've got very tight calves. And now I'm going to lean in toward the sink. I'm stretching the arches of my feet and my calves. Now the calf on the new knee side is so tight that my heel wants to lift off the floor. So I'm actually going to put all my weight onto that leg and just play with how much bend I have in the ankle, how much stretch I have in the calf. You may be doing a double calf and arch and Achilles tendon stretch. You may be doing a single on your more tight side. Take your time. Come on and let's just do some shoulder rolls. Now that was calf and ankles. Let's move up to the hamstring. I'm going to step away from the sink or the bar or the couch, stand a little wide, and lift my heel behind me, behind me, behind me. This is a hamstring and curl and curl. Now I'm going slow enough so that at the top of the curl, you give a squeeze, squeeze. It's a balance moment, and it gives the hamstring a moment to lift the lower leg and contract a little extra. It gives my new knee an opportunity to squeeze and flex a little more, a little more. Are you breathing? Here's two more. There's your last one. Beautiful. That was your hamstring. Work it. Here's your hamstring. Stretch it. But now I'm also going in for shoulders. You're at the back of the couch, the kitchen counter, against a wall. Flat back. Flat back. And here we are. I have to look and see it. So many people will be up at an angle. Many people will be all the way down. The idea is let your hamstring back of the thigh stretch. If you cannot feel the hamstring stretch, here's my tip. You might be rounding your back. So first give yourself a flat back. Like here's the cat, here's the cow. Do the flat back with the cow and then lower. Here's a gentle, gentle hamstring stretch. Beautiful. Let's bring ourselves up. And in the spirit of use it, then stretch it, pelvic tilt, release, pelvic tilt, release. So I tip and release, tip and release. This is my abdominal wall. Glutes a little, squeeze, and squeeze. And now we often add other arms to this. So here's your bicep curl arms. It's the same pelvic tilt. We give it a push up with your pelvic tilt, release, pelvic tilt, release, pelvic tilt. Beautiful. And let's do the bicep curl again. Pelvic tilt, feel the abs. You could be doing it focusing on your butt. That'll be fine. But I'm really wanting to feel my rectus abdominis, my abdominal wall curl and release. And one last time. Oh, some shoulder rolls. So we used the abdominal wall. Now I'm going to stretch the abdominal wall. You see the pattern here? Use it, stretch it. I'm doing a back bend. Let's go a little wider on my back bend. It helps me balance when I'm freestanding. So you could be right here freestanding, or you could lean your pelvic girdle up against the couch or the sink. Stick your arms out over the couch or sink. Breathe and feel your pelvic tilt to protect the low back. Open the chest, open the chest. Open the chest is not a big back bend in your low back. It's an opening of the upper back, opening of the chest and bending of the upper back. Now, I had my head up I was holding it and my neck got tense. If I relax my head down, does it feel okay to rest on the back of my neck? Or should I look forward and just feel my back bend with my gaze to the wall for a neutral neck? Do your back bend, feel your neck, make your choice. Wherever you are, a little farther, a little farther. The last one farther. Fabulous. We're heading toward a down dog on the kitchen sink. It's going to kind of combine most of the stuff we just did. So you're on your couch or your kitchen sink. If you want a full down dog, go for it on your mat or your blocks. When I step back for my down dog, I choose how far back can I go for my calves and my ankles. And then I sink my chest, let my tailbone go to the sky. No, I'm not even flat. That's okay. That's me and my shoulders. You may be way, way down and with a very flat back. Your body, well, that's interesting. One shoulder won't let me go down, the other will. So I'm going to do a one-sided down dog. Only with standing. Don't do a one-sided down dog when you're on the floor, so that I can stretch each shoulder individually. Did you like your down dog? Here comes a plank. Push up onto your toes, flatten your body out, enjoy your plank. Breathing, feeling, being. Here we go, down dog. You could be on the floor, you could be on a block, you could be on the back of a couch or a kitchen counter. Here we go, plank. Beautiful. Here's the concept in all of this morning work. Use it first, wake up those muscle fibers, and then stretch it to lengthen those muscle fibers. Take your time, walk yourself in. Let's find ourselves freestanding and breathing with some shoulder rolls. Do a little more whole body movement. So I'm going to just step and touch and touch. See how I'm pulling my feet together and letting one arm come up and the other. Here's one. Play with it in our minds. You do a toe point, that gives you a little calf contraction. Pull together, pull together. That gives you an abdominal or contraction. Check out. Focus gives you an outer thigh contraction. Best posture, shoulders work, neck released. Beautiful. Center yourself in a lovely mountain. Oh. Balance work and strength work. We're just going to do some knee lifts. Everybody's different. Is your knee lift right here where you leave your toe on the ground for balance? You might be doing knee lift with a toe touch. You might be doing knee lift. Wait. Oh, my hand just sought the bar for some balance. Are you breathing? Do you want balance? Add some arms. Pull across, pull across. You got it. Back in 1980, when I started, I used to pull my elbow to my knee. Honest to God, I once hit myself in the nose with my knee. Now, as I head towards 70, I love my body and I pull my arm toward my leg, accepting whatever my body will give me, intending a little more so that I can feel like myself as the decades pass. Oh, I need a shoulder roll after that. Breathing. Did you notice that worked your back? Well, it didn't really. It worked your psoas, your hip flexor that connects from your thigh through your pelvic girdle to here in the low back. So let's stretch. Face me. I'm just showing you a side view. Let's stretch that psoas. I touch back. I'm not touching forward. I'm not kicking. I just touch back a little bit. I double check my pelvic tilt. Let's try the other side. Pelvic tilt, touch back. Okay, feel your mountain and the seat. The word asana means seat of every pose is the pelvis. Feel the pelvic tilt, the level seat. Keep your level seat, it's the most important part. I start with my arms out and do my touch back. Give a little butt cheek squeeze like my hip was pushing forward, keeping my pelvic tilt. There it is. There's a little active psoas stretch as I touch back with a pelvic tilt. Now, do you like this active? Now, do you want your shoulders way up here? Don't arch your back though. Sometimes keeping your elbows down can help you keep your nice pelvic tilt with no arch. If you love your shoulders up there, be my guest. Are you breathing? Take a moment. I'm going to find the kitchen sink again, or the back of the couch or the bar. Pelvic tilt, touch back, breathing, breathing. Now notice the leg I'm standing on. I'm just going to do a little squat. That opened up my psoas a little more. Other side, start in your mountain. Touch back, pelvic tilt. Give yourself a squat. Are you breathing? Very nice. I know this looks like a lunge, but I'm going to be honest with you. Pelvic tilt in the morning. Sometimes I need a double hand supported lunge and a real focus on my psoas. So when I do pelvic tilt, touch back, bend that front leg. My lunge is extra safe. Let's do a freestanding lunge. Breathing. Now, for the lunge, I really want you to think of the railroad tracks. That's why I faced forward with you. Your feet are on the railroad tracks. You don't want to accidentally do your lunge on a balanced beat. Railroad track. Step around, feel weight on your whole foot. Good, good. Tall body, sternum, chin, pelvic tilt. Take one foot and step back. See how I'm still on the railroad tracks? I didn't put it here. I left it right there so that my feet are under my hips, maybe even a little wider. Now I will continue with a side view. You keep facing front. You've got your railroad tracks, your lunge. Look at that back foot. See that? Toe is touching, heel is up. Well, there you go. What's the difference in a lunge and a pelvic tilt? Pelvic tilt. A lunge and a warrior one. The lunge, oh, will your body go down much lower than mine? See what your body will give you. Are you breathing? All right, watch your back foot. Let's turn it into a warrior one. Your back foot just draped over the railroad track. Line up your hips, shoulders, choose your arms. Do you like them back here? Eating a watermelon, offering a watermelon, lifting. There's your warrior one. Choose your arms. Let's go back to the lunge. Beautiful. Pelvic tilt. Feel how that protects your low back? Let's go back one last time to the warrior one. Engage that pelvic tilt. Straighten out, but don't lock that back leg. Bend that front leg as deeply as your body will. Or let's pull it together and just do a little shoulder roll. And then before we do the other side, I need to do a weeping willow. So I take a wide mountain, pelvic tilt, sternum lift, and let my willow blow in the breeze. Now, Kathy, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't let your knee collapse in. We both have to really work hard on keeping the knees out with the weeping willow. Take the rotation in the small of your back gently. No ballistic moves, no big momentum. Smooth, peaceful, gentle. Let's come up and do our shoulder rolls. Breathing. And now we're going to do that warrior one and lunge on the other side. I'm just thinking which way I'm going to face. Yes, I'm going to let my surgical knee be forward. It won't bend much. Yours is going to bend where yours does. I will accept and love what mine does. Mountain. Shoulder blades. Up, back, and together with those shoulder blades. See how my palms are My palms are forward. That opens up my whole chest area. Now, I know it might look like I'm back bent. No, I'm just round front. Focus on your back being beautiful with your pelvic tilt, sternum lift, and accept whatever shape your body gives you. Your feet are on the railroad tracks. We're going to step forward with the leg you did not yet lunge on. Here's your front leg. This little rocking I'm doing is me catching my balance and finding my feet in a good place. My knee replacement made me fall in love with rocking. Now look at that back leg. Find, heel up. Careful of your arches, Diane. It does stretch them so. Many people, pelvic tilt. Many people like this arms down to reiterate the chest lift and keep the pelvic tilt. Other people will tuck their arms in or out or up. Up tends to make people want to arch their back. When my arms go up, my pelvic tilt is reiterated. My back butt cheek turns into an iron ball of strength. All the muscles in the area. Look at your back foot in your mind. Look at my back foot on the screen. We're going to do a warrior one. Go ahead and put that back foot right over the railroad track. Now I'm going to lower my arms so that I can focus on my front knee. Know how much bend it will give me. So I need a lot of awareness. Warrior one, back leg, tips forward. Did you choose your arms? What's right for you? I'm going back to the lunge. I went to the back foot, pick up that heel. The foot is not diagonal anymore. It's right in line with your railroad tracks. Your arms are wherever they're best for you. You've had your pelvic tilt. Warrior one again, diagonal back foot. Line up those hips. Pelvic tilt, loose neck. Here, let's go back. One more lunge. From the ball of the foot of that back leg. If your body will give it to you, breathing, being, and come out of it. And let's just do some shoulder rolls. Oh, your whole body said thank you. And that move has such lovely strengthening of the back of your body, such balance. Oh, I see some people with the shoulder rolls, some people with the willow. You were right, Deriva. The willow feels good after all of that straight back work to release tension. All righty, so here's just a little flow that will include warrior three. So I'm going to do warrior three first so you can select the way you want. Do you do a freestanding warrior three? When I first got into yoga and was in yoga training, I was astounded to see people do a freestanding warrior three. You'll be able to see that when I'm holding on, and you'll just imagine I'm not holding on. Turn sideways for you to see my warrior three. You can turn any way you want. In warrior three, we start with our beautiful mountain, pelvic tilt, sternum lift, relaxed neck, shoulders back. Breathe and be with that for a minute. Feel your grounded seat. Warrior three begins at level one, and then you can increase your level to whatever you choose. For level one, I'm going to have my toe touch back and stay on the ground. I'm going to choose my arms wherever they will go for me and choose a little lean, flat back. Don't let it round, flat back lean. You want your arms back here? Oh, when I put my arms back here, I can do much more of a flat back lean. Look at my neck. I'm looking forward. I put a big crick in my neck. Relax and let your gaze go to a neutral place. So if you're up high, of course your gaze is forward. But if you come down low, well, then your gaze might be toward the floor for a neutral neck. So for this part, I have left my back foot as a balance route while I played with my arms and my upper body and chose my upper body movement. The other side with the same mountain, Pelvic tilt, sternum lift, shoulder blades back and down your back, together and down your back. Now, breathing and the other leg touches back. Very long. My mat touches back. For your balance route, I'm just going to play with the top of my body. My rocking right now is to get my front foot holding my weight in a real nice way that feels good on my leg, my hip, my back. Now let's play with, do you want your arms back? Unlock that front leg, that weight-bearing leg. Do you want your flat back? Do you want your flat back with your arms out or tucked in? Use it. Be with it. Do you like when you do your flat back to hold on? You have chosen your upper body your way. Go ahead. Bring yourself to neutral, pull yourself together, just a few shoulder rolls. Now you have a choice. Are you going to do the whole thing freestanding, or are you going to do the whole thing and let your arms hold on to your sink or your bar or your couch? Because now we're going to lift up the leg also. I will use my support because it allows me to work in my lower body to lift the leg when I have that balance. What do you need? Give yourself what you need, mountain. Unlock that weight-bearing leg balance route. Flat back, lean. And once you hold it on, you may find that you can lean a whole bunch more. Once you have found the right position for your upper body, flex your foot and lift your lower leg, back leg, breathing, being. Now, everyone is different. As I said in yoga training, they just flipped right out in the middle of the room and did this freestanding, breathing. Very nice. Pull yourself together. Find your tall mountain. Do you know what is important? Never compare yourself with others. Tune into yourself. Give yourself the best position and then intend a little deeper. Now you're going to touch back the leg you did not yet touch back with. Nope, it's the other one. My subconscious was shying away from putting my full body weight on my new knee. I don't have to, it'll take it. Balance leg, upper body, where do you choose your upper body to be? Breathing, flat back. Whenever you have found the right place for your upper body, freestanding, holding on, your body knows, lift your back leg. Your back toe points down. Breathe and be with you guys look great, with your warrior three, your way. Hips toward the ground, shoulders parallel to the ground. We didn't tip up all over the place. Are you breathing? Pull yourself together. Together. Beautiful. Let's have a shoulder roll. What a nice set of warrior threes. Now, when we do this next combination, I'm going to recommend you do whatever small version of the warrior three you can do freestanding. Because this is a little combination that includes your warrior three. You just gave yourself the best, most intense. Now you're going to give yourself a nice, gentle warrior three in a combo. Are your feet under your hips, pelvic tilt, sternum lift, neck relax, back and down, and feel how your chest opens when you do that. Very nice. Now I'm going to pour the weight onto one foot, shifting where you can see me a little better. Pour the weight onto one foot, and the other foot is going to come into a pelican. Now, for many people, by the way, I just held on for some balance. You can just put your hand right on the wall. It'll be fine. Line your body up straight. The pelican is your leg lifted. Are you breathing? Those of you who have knee replacements know this is a hard thing to do, to bend the leg. Are you breathing? There's your pelican. Do you like your pelican? I'm going to put my toe on the ground for my pelican and do it freestanding with my toe on the ground. Pelican. How about a tree? I take that pelican leg and take it out. Now on my tree, I have my balance root out and I bring it in as much as my body will allow. I choose my branches. Do you have your heel on your ankle? Press in. Do you have your foot on your calf or your thigh? Never your knee. Press in with this leg that is your balance root or your tree root. Beautiful tree. Come on down. And next comes the warrior three. Same leg. This leg. Touch your railroad tracks. Pour the weight onto the same foot you were balancing on. Touch back for your balance root. I'm going to let my arms come back to reiterate my flat back. I just lost my balance and I'll find it again. You do the same. Yeah, rocking helps you find your balance. Flat back, lean just a little. Now, you think about it. Do you want to pick your foot up for a moment? Do you want your foot to fly free the whole time? Do you want to focus more on your lean and work your glutes and your low back more? Relax that neck to a neutral neck and pull yourself together. Let's do the whole thing on the same side, wearing it out, strength training. We'll do it a little quicker flow. Mountain. This side. Pelican. Your pelican leg your way, your pelican wings your way. Tree. Your tree. Do you leave your leg hanging in the air or do you set your foot down? Bring your tree in, bring your branches up. Breathe and be nice pelvic tilt. Yes, in. And let's find our warrior three. I take a moment in my railroad track. I find my warrior three, flat back, flat back. Do you like your arms down? Use it down here helps a lot of people. Do you like your leg on the ground or lifted? Whenever you're done with your warrior three, come up. You have a few shoulder rolls and we're going to go right into the other side. We did this once with slow and a lot of thinking. So here we are. You ready for the pelicans is coming up. I know Amy loves it when I tell her what we're going to do before we do it. I think this helps everyone to think of your adjustments for the pelican. Pour your weight onto the leg that we have not stood on yet. And find your pelican. Is your leg way up here? Your pelican leg? Do you have your pelican toe on the ground? Your pelican leg. You might have pelican wings higher, lower. Make it yours. Now we're heading to the tree. The tree with the balance root way out far gives you the most assist. In gives you the least assist. Up allows you to balance all on your own, unless you're holding on like I am, breathing. Each person there, I find, do the tree that you can let go. Wobble, but don't fall down. Press in on your ankle or calf or thigh. Your tree your way. Let's momentarily find railroad tracks as we prepare. Pour the weight onto this leg for your warrior three. Breathing. That's funny. I had both arms that way. I couldn't balance. Got your mountain balance with your warrior three balance root. Choose. Are you leaving your arms back when you warrior three down? Or you're taking your arms tucked or out when you warrior three down? Give yourself your neutral neck. Choose if you want to lift for a moment or not. Toe point to the ground. Your warrior three, come on up and breathe. We're going to do one more. Here we are with your pelican your way. I start with a shoulder roll. Let my pelican wings have my shoulder blades together. Pelvic tilt. Sternum lift, chin tuck, pelican leg, pelican wings. Choose what's right for you, hold on or not. Here we have a tree. Many people will have the tree way high. Many will have the tree foot or balance root down low. Your tree, your way. Use your tree branches. Breathe into be. Relieve the weight on the same leg, taking a moment on your railroad track. Touch the foot back on the warrior three. Lean the chest down. Choose the arms you want. Feel your warrior three your way. Say thank you to your body, neutral neck. Your warrior three your way. And whenever you're done, come on up, shoulder roll. So I want to play with our hands for a minute, our wrists. We've done a whole bunch of this standing work. Well, my goodness, stretch out the back of the body and play with our hands. I'm going to get my blocks. You may even choose several blocks. You may pull an ottoman in front of you. You may go ahead. I might even try this. I might even go ahead and pull a little seat in front of you. I will have both. And we're going to stretch the back of the body and turn our wrists. The wrist is an area that can need tending for many, many reasons. So here, if you're using blocks or if you want a higher surface, we're heading into a gentle, not very low forward fold. Here's a mountain. Breathe and be. Breathe and be. Round yourself down to a very gentle forward fold. Here, I'm so gentle, I'm up on a stool. Even though I'm quite flexible and can palm the floor, I feel that I have a lot of control. I like my gentle forward fold. So you're not going into your deepest forward fold, you're going into your most gentle. Now, in your most gentle forward fold, feel your fingertips come forward and just be gentle with your wrists and see if they want a tiny little bend. Here it is on the chair. Fingertips forward and a tiny little bend. No weight. These are baby little wrists. Careful, careful. A bend that is stretching your wrist and being kind to it. Nothing should be hurting. Breathing. Now we had our fingers forward for that bend in our barely low forward fold. Put your fingers outside. Outside. And see, does your wrist want a little bit of bend? Does your wrist like to be barely bent at all, but let the fingers be outside? Feel the various things in your arms. Stretch. Everybody's different. Your arms, your wrists, your way. Breathing. Are you up on your ottoman? A block one level, the other level, 5 blocks, your body knows. Go ahead, come on up. Put your fingertips in. Put your fingertips facing in. And then see how much bend does your wrist want. I'm going to do that one on the stool forward for you to see. So here I have a gentle forward fold. I put my fingertips in with great care. I think about my wrists and I choose how much bend is okay. So I did front, I did outside, I did in. The next one's crazy. Come up a little higher than you were before. Put your fingertips toward your body. And then just see, will your body give you any bend at all? Here's the side view. My fingertips went toward me so that I could bend out this way with my wrists. The idea here is not to bend and hurt your wrists. The idea is to bend and gentle your wrists. So here you are, wherever you like to be, choose forward and breathe. Outside and breathe. Inside and breathe. Backward. Careful, just a little bit. Maybe only your thumb comes down. Maybe your whole wrist comes down. I don't know. And breathe. Take your time. Relax your hands. Roll them. Shake them. Shaking them could hurt some. Roll them gently one way, roll them gently the other, and then plug your elbows and hang it out. Hang it out. If you've got a belly, widen your legs, leave room for your body to exist. Hang it out. Breathe. Be very nice. We're going to come up by first sitting down. I'll give you the side view. We were hanging it out. I'm going to hold on, get my butt down, and then lift myself up. Shoulder roll. Breathing. Very nice. So I'm going to go from a forward fold. Come up slowly, slowly, slowly. Watch your blood pressure and dizziness, and do a back bend. Maybe you won't go down very low. Your forward fold. Start with your mountain. You might choose a very, very little forward fold, knowing you're going to come way up. You might love a great large forward fold, your body, your way, breathe into it. When you come up, this time we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, or come up with a flat. That's better for you. When we come up, roll those shoulder blades, find your mountain, find your foot position for your back bend, and breathe. Breathe. Now my back is telling me, nope, I don't want to bend right now. So I won't. I'm going to say, thank you very much. Believe you. I'm just going to lift my spine. You're back bending if you can. Breathe and come on down. Come on down. How are you coming up? Flat back or one vertebrae at a time? I'm coming up flat back. Choose pelvic tilt to protect your low back. Last time I did not focus on my pelvic tilt enough, and that was my issue. Now enjoy with your pelvic tilt protecting your back. Enjoy your back bend. Breathing. Come on up. Find your mountain, have a shoulder roll. Now you have to make a choice. How do you like to get down on the ground? Oftentimes we do a table, a forward fold, downward dog, table. I'm going to take this moment to do a downward dog. And then I might get down a different way than you, talk you through the more familiar way. What do you use for downward dog? I know we did some on the bar. You may have already been down low on your mat. Are you breathing? Breathing. Very nice. Trying to get myself so you can see me better. There we are. Oh. Each person does their mountain their way. Pelvic tilt, sternum lift, chin tuck, shoulder blades pull together. Your forward fold your way. Now you might be going next into your down dog. Oh, let's just enjoy it for a minute. We didn't do hardly any of them down as low as we could. This is your maximum depth down dog. While we're here, what do you think of a one-legged dog? One foot goes in the center, the other leg lifts for you. Oh, don't turn your hip. Breathing. Toe points down to the ground, foot is flexed. Let's do the other side. This weight-bearing leg is in the center. Breathing. The three-legged dog, if you choose. Nice. Hips pointing right to the ground. Fabulous. Are you going to drop down into a table and then sit yourself down? You're going to lower to your bed. I just pick everything up and go to your bed. Going to lower down a way where I do not put any weight on any knees at all, just because it seems wise at this time for me. You're right here. We're facing this way on the mat. Breathing. Well, I'm going to turn the other way and see if I can see you a little better. I have a reflection of one of my lights. Oh, that helped. So here we are. I do keep my blocks nearby because I will be using them later. Remember me talking about hamstring? Let's play a little bit with hamstrings. Lay yourself down any way that you choose. You do not have to roll down one vertebrae at a time. That's available for pear-shaped people. It is not available for apple-shaped people. So you've laid down your way. Find yourself on your mat, not falling off, breathing. Let's give a pelvic tilt. So this little wiggling I was doing was to center me on my mat, but I got to tell you, it felt good. Felt really good on my bones and my spine. Look at the little windshield wiper going on. Please enjoy a windshield wiper if it's right for you. Yes, let's take the arms up. Do you like your arms to lay right down on the ground like Superman, all outstretched? Do you want to bend them and rest your hands on your forehead? Now I'm going to continue to enjoy my windshield wipers. Breathing. We have some body acceptance coming up. So I just rolled my shoulder blades down my back. My new knee doesn't bend as much. And I got to tell you, I was very sad when they told me it's not ever supposed to bend as much. I was picturing getting back to normal. That's all right, body acceptance. So bend your knee as much as it will and set your heel down. Other side, bend your knee as much as it will and set your heel down. Breathing. Now, many people can take this, put their hands up above their head, and push up into a bridge. If that's available to you, please enjoy. For now, I know it's not available to the people in our Zoom class now or the people who usually watch me on YouTube. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to root my hands. Many people can reach their heels and grasp their heels, your body, your way, accept whatever you've got. Now, push down into your heels and lift up on your tush and set yourself down. Notice how it felt. Pelvic tilt. Most important part of this low-level bridge. Push up, pelvic tilt, breathing, breathing, and come on down. Now you may be pushing up so that your hips go much, much higher than mine, and you actually do have a curved bridge. Your body, your way. Breathing, push up into your bridge and press up, up, press up and up. Your hamstrings feel while you're pressing up. I put a little more weight on my heels. I actually picked up my toes. Press up. Hamstrings are singing a beautiful song. Set them down, set them down, set them down. I just walked down my mat because I slid myself way up. Remember how we just used your hamstrings? Let's go ahead and stretch them. First, I tuck a knee if you can, and then I lengthen a leg if you can. If that's not available to you, you leave your feet on the ground and let your leg come out long. And us, wherever we are, whether we're tucked and long, on the ground and long, think of this leg and intend it to come up towards you. Oh, I forgot to tell you to get your yoga strap. I'm so sorry. So if you're getting up to go get your yoga strap, just consider that part of your workout. And we'll wait for you here, just breathing and being in our bent leg or our feet on the ground while you've got a moment to go get your yoga strap. Now, you're choosing, keep your foot on the ground and take a leg out. Use your yoga strap and pull it up, up, up. Or did you hug your knees? Take a leg out and use your yoga strap to pull it up. So here's what happened. We worked your hamstring. Then we stretched your hamstring. What does your body say? Do you want only if your knees are bent? Pull on both legs and pull them up. Wrap that strap around your calves and pull both legs up. That would be nice. If you had a foot on the floor, you're not doing both legs out here unless your back tells you it's okay. Most people with their feet on the floor, when they want to do the both leg version, are going to do a pelvic tilt and let their leg go out long. Breathing. So everybody has chosen their long leg in the way that's right for them. Pelvic tilt because your legs are up in the air, or a pelvic tilt because you engaged your pelvic tilt. Breathing. See the little rocking motion I do? That gives me proprioception, perception through movement. Let's bring everything down and think about the happy baby. Some people put their foot up on an ottoman and just wiggle their leg. Some people hug their knees into their elbow, that's the armpit, into their armpit, shins vertical, and wiggle their legs. Everybody's different. You don't have to hold your feet. You don't have to hold your shins. We really want you to tune into your body, maybe even close your eyes. Your happy baby, your way. Are you breathing? Your feet might be on the ground doing windshield wipers, and that's your happy baby. They all feel fabulous. You might be right here with your knees bent and a happy baby. Everybody accepts, appreciates the body they have, and thank the happy baby for relaxing their low back. Take your time. Wherever you are, one at a time, focus on a leg relax down, pelvic tilt release, pelvic tilt release. Breathe and be very nice. Pelvic tilt release. All right, we did go get the yoga strap. Let's do our traditional stretch. I know, Diane, you missed it last week because I did something different. Go ahead and bend your leg. Breathing. Stretch it up to your best stretch with your yoga strap. I don't care if it's right here. Careful. With gentleness, you got your pelvic tilt. Pull it up to your most intense knee unlocked stretch. Now, very slowly, point and flex. We're doing this more slowly because we've pulled it more intensely, and the sciatic nerve is actually doing a nerve glide, a little bit of movement of the sciatic nerve when the leg is maxed out on its extension. Wherever that is for you, use your strap, find your max extension, and enjoy your slow point and flex. Now, when you're done with that, and your nerve, I might have called it nerve flossing, nerve gliding, they're all the same thing. Breathe and relax. Choose the position of your leg for when you're going to take that long leg over. Now, remember, you might have been on an ottoman doing your point flex because that was needed for you. Whatever was your long leg, that's the leg that comes on over. The other arm reaches out back. Breathing. Now, let's think a minute about this foot. When it's pointed, it feels one way. Back off from the stretch before you flex it. Find your best stretch if you're choosing flex. Be very aware. The flexed foot is what stretches the muscles and the nerves. So you listen to your body. Notice my bottom leg adjustment. It was down here. I bent it up so I could have much more control. There we are. Oh, I gotta tell you, the cold cement floor next to my new knee feels fabulous. So you've rotated to one side, this arm behind you is as far back, shoulder blade right near the ground. Flexed or pointed, choose one and enjoy it. I don't like to add the point and flex when we're twisted. Choose one that's nice for you or relaxed. Do you want to relax? Now, before we come up, go ahead and bend that top leg, relax it. Bend in this top arm, relax it. Pelvic tilt, use your muscles, protect your back with your pelvic tilt. And let's do the other side. So are you setting one foot down on the floor? Got your pelvic tilt? No point and flex yet. Carefully outstretch. Maybe it's right out here. And you use your strap and you find your best stretch. Don't follow me. Comparison is unhelpful. Your body, your way. Appreciate your stretch. Leave room for your belly if you need to, but bring your leg as much toward the center as your body will allow. Your leg is as stretched as yours will go. Slowly, give it a point. Slowly, give it a flex. You know, it's funny, I felt some tendons or nerves on the top of my foot. When I give it a point, I point my toes down carefully, slowly, gently. When I flex, I might even flex my toes up. The nerve, the sciatic nerve, and others are just gliding around as we do this. That's why we're being so slow and gentle and careful with our nerve glides. All right, no more pointing and flex. Choose the height or bend of your leg for the rotation. I've got a wall right here. I might end up bending my leg. We will see. The long leg that was doing the point and flex is the leg that's going to rotate over. This arm that's out behind you is going to pay attention to your shoulder, root your shoulder into the ground, breathing, being. It's such a fabulous stretch. You're stretching your outer thigh, tensor fasciae latae for Charlotte. You're stretching your glutes, low back, the muscles that wrap around your torso. Oh, your latissimus dorsi, your obliques. They say thank you. Breathe and be with it. Feel the chest. I've got my palm up and my shoulder really open, and I'm stretching this whole pectoral wall. Oh, yeah, baby. Take your time. Fold in your arm. Fold in your leg. Engage your pelvic tilt. Come up carefully and gently. We're finishing with a goddess stretch and Shavasana. I'm wiggling around because I can't stand wrinkles in my shirt, but I can also feel I'm adjusting the softness on my back. Breathing. Pelvic tilt. Drive my shoulder rolls down my back, feels good. Palm up. Try palm down. Feel your shoulders, palm up. Go slowly, slowly. I did it fast last time and I felt it tweak a nerve. Slowly. Could it be we're doing some nerve glides right now? Why, yes. Slowly palm up. Slowly palm down. Now, I'm going to interlace my fingers and rest my interlaced fingers on my forehead and relax my elbows down. That feels good for my shoulders. Another level would be to take your hands like you're in a big circle over your head and let your arms fall as close to the ground as they go. Most people in the Zoom room today can let their arms go right down to the ground. Another option, if you want the circle, but your arms don't go down to the ground, you could rest your circle on a stack of blocks. Do something that is comfortable for your shoulders. For about a year, they told me I had a frozen shoulder, so I was really working it. Then when they did a bunch of other tests, they said, no, you don't have a frozen shoulder. You have great big gobs of calcium in there with arthritis. You can't do it. So really listen to your body. Do what you can. Intend more. And if you can't do that, don't do it. So did you find just right for your comfortable arms? Now, reiterate your pelvic tilt one more time. Soul to soul, and relax your legs down. Wait a minute, what if that's way too much stress on your ligaments in your lower body? I'm sorry, I should have said have a block or a pillow ready to put outside. Now, what's interesting is I like the way it feels when my legs hang, but I can relax more. When everything is fine hanging, but I can relax more when I do have support for my hands and support for my legs. So the idea here is this is a goddess relax. Breathing. After a supported goddess relaxed, you may actually play with it and see, do you want, after some supported goddess, do you want an unsupported goddess? Relax, I don't know. Breathing. Being. Those of you who have had knee replacements, I've got soul to soul with a bent knee. I'm so proud of my new knee. Okay, even though he gave me a knee that won't bend as much as I want, I'm still proud of my surgeon. Breathing. Now, when you come up out of this, come up one elbow at a time, come up one knee at a time, and then come down one arm and leg at a time into your full Shavasana. Suzanne, if you're with us on YouTube, oh, I have to get onto my mat. Flex those feet, let them touch on your mat and pull your legs long. Pelvic tilt, relax your shoulders. Be with your Shavasana your way. Now, while you're laying here, and I know if you have to run off to do another thing right after class, you may only do a few breaths, and you may come up out of your Shavasana, turn on your side when you do so, come up gently, give yourself one last forward fold. But if you can stay with us for a longer Shavasana, breathe, and with each exhale, relax those legs. They're no longer up like this, they're relaxed. Relaxed your arms. My arms flop out to the side. I think that's because of my chubby little arms and softness on the sides of my body. I see other people in class when they relax, their arms stay right next to them. Whatever body you have right now, whatever age, whatever amount of leanness or softness, I hope you can say thank you to your body. Welcome to live my life in my body, and welcome my life to, nope, I said that wrong. Welcome my body to my life. I don't know about other cultures, but in the Western world, so many people spend so long trying to change and get rid of parts of their body. I say, welcome your body every day to your life. Adjust your Shavasana if you want to, because I have another thing to say. Maybe it's because as the yoga instructor heading towards 70, I'm a senior yogini. There's a lot of senior yoginis in our Zoom room today and in our YouTube practice. So I want to say, something you may not think of. Welcome to each tightness, to each ache, and to each pain. Do you want to change your position so you'll be more comfortable as we're here thinking, breathing, being? Because it was the ache in my back that told me I needed to change my position. It was the pain in my knee that made me realize I haven't walked in the last 2 years, that made me realize I needed to get a new knee. It's the stiffness in my shoulder that made me realize every morning I must wake up and, like a cat, stretch in my bed, breathing. Whatever you did as you welcomed your aches and pains and stiffnesses and the lessons they give you, love them. For the fact that you lived long enough to have that many aches and pains and stiffnesses. And may you be and stretch and live and love your body. So you have fewer aches and pains and stiffnesses in the future. How's that, Diane? Is that a good way to welcome the aging process? Don't reject it. Love your body as it ages. This makes me want to cry. If you want to cry, go ahead. Now make a choice. You could pull the covers up and lay there and sob and hug yourself. You could bring yourself up out of it. Irish people can cry 1 second and belly gut laugh the second. I can pull myself right up out of that cry. Breathing. I think I have to tell this story. Breathing. Because you might need a minute. It's going to sound like a grim story, but it isn't. It's really funny. It's about Irish people and laughing and crying. I grew up in a town that was mostly Polish. Everybody was named something Ski, and then there were the Kellys. And Katie Kelly died, and she was a beloved woman in the town, and 1 million people were there, and 7/10 of them were Polish and conservative and reserved and sweet and precious, and a few of us were Irish, and my 7 siblings made a circle in front of the casket, swaying. Are you doing your stretch while I tell the story? Listen to your body. You know your body. Give you what you need. Swaying arm in arm, back and forth in front of Grandma Jeannie's casket, sobbing, sadness. Most people really understood that part. Yes. And then it happened. Brother Joseph, in his sobbing, had a big snot come out his nose. It went almost to the ground, and he went and pulled it up, and we down, and we let go and held our sides, guffawing and laughing in front of Grandma Jeannie's casket. And the people in the room thought we were insane. Think about, why do I tell that story? Do you want a different position? I'm going to choose a more challenging position as we finish up. Now, on my natural knee side, my heel comes right into my groin. I thought my new knee was going to give me that. When I found out it was probably never going to bend more than it is now, that I had already blown my full extension of bendedness, I actually wept for a day or so, because somehow I had a fantasy of getting back to normal. So I'm adjusting, breathing. I'd like you to think about you and your life and your emotions. Welcome your tears, welcome your laughter, welcome your transitions. They may be slow, like most of the people in my town. They may be like an Irish person. your emotions, your body, your size, your age. Welcome them into your life. Intend a little better. Care, no pain. Breath, breath. Find whatever position is right for you for our final. You know what I like to do at the end of class. I like to say, sit in your position. Diane, Joanne, are you up against the wall? Even if it's just for this last part. Find your tall spine. Outstretch your arms and say thank you to your body, whatever size, age, gender, flexibility, stiffness. Thank you. It's the place we live. Thank you to whatever you believe in, whether it's Earth Mother, a religious figure, parts of yourself that you trust. And then reach up and say thank you to yourself for coming to practice today. And pat yourself on the back. Can't reach back anymore. That's all right. I intend to reach my back, or I pat myself on the chest. And here's my favorite part. See, I can see many of you, but in my mind's eye, just like the old romper room, I am picturing the people who are not in class today that I know oh so well, and those on YouTube that I don't know that write me and call me. And I say, Namaste. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Tune into your body and fold forward in whatever way is right for you. Thank you for such a wonderful acceptance. Look, acceptance. That was a Freudian slip, a wonderful practice that helped me so much with my acceptance. I'm going back, finding my yoga block, because that's how I get up. So with acceptance, I know my knee will give me quite more than 90 degrees. That's apparently supposed to be very good. So I can get up with a 90-degree leg if I have my yoga blocks. So I accept my body and I say, thank you for getting me up. Now I'll find my little stool and come over to be able to turn off the recording. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you were able to stay and saw the whole thing. I didn't know if that long part at the end made you have to leave early, so I'm so glad. And good luck in your next event you need to go to. And now let me turn off the recording. But if you're here in the Zoom room, stay to talk afterward. We have a lovely sense of community afterward. Bye, guys. Yes, I do need to stop the recording. Seriously, you helped me so much. I would never do this without you. Thank you. Namaste.